What's up, Windwalkers, and welcome to the second video in my Maximum Damage Challenge series. What a mouthful. Today, I set foot in Mists of Tirna Scithe with one goal: to get the highest overall I possibly can through any means necessary. Before I started the key, I had hopes of somewhere in the range of the 2.5 to 2.10 million region, but by the time I got to the end of the dungeon, I couldn't believe what I'd actually overruled. So, without further ado, let's see how much damage Windwalker can actually do. Welcome to Mists of Tirna Scithe. Probably everybody's favourite dungeon, just based on the fact that it's the easiest dungeon out of the 8. I mean, I've had some struggles on this dungeon with my Brewmaster of recent. Obviously not my own fault, but at lower keys, when people don't know what's going on, it can be an absolute mare. But generally, this is the easiest dungeon. Jump 3 times. So we're going to pop defensive here and pray that we're not the one targeted by the overgrown here, because that'll be a significant DPS loss. We aren't the one targeted. Perfect. Just what we want. And now we're just going to absolutely pad some damage. I have formed the Avengers in this group. We have got Shaman for a buff. We've got Druid for a buff. Hell, we've got Warrior for a buff. Just to see how much damage we can actually do in a Mist is the goal of this entire thing. Oh. Don't want to be targeted by that. So I'm expecting over 2 million. I would be extremely disappointed if I didn't get over 2 million. One thought I had was to explain why I choose 10s for this. I think because 10 is the weekly cap for dungeons, so you get most people doing these dungeons that are high item level as well, and I think it's just a good baseline. I was considering doing 12, but I think that the majority of the actual player base do 10s as their like main sort of dungeon. So it seems like the best sort of baseline for testing how much damage you can actually output in a key. So that's kind of my reasoning for why I wanted to do 10s for my maximized DPS challenge. These are my least favorite ads in the entire dungeon because of their hitbox. I actually think their hitbox is really annoying. I don't know if you find that when you play melee with these guys, but you have to be much closer than you expect to be. I'm going to calm this for a little bit of extra damage. Probably could have Fortifying Brew first for that extra damage, but that's a little bit of a mistake on my end. And then what we do is, I have got my cooldowns up because we've cleared this pretty fast. I am going to hold them for the boss the boss push. Bus posh. So, as always, focus the big guy first, get him down, and then we'll pop Lust and everything. And I imagine we should one-phase this guy, which is what we really want to be doing. But this group is pretty stacked. I did try to get a stacked group. I'm going to do Storm, Earth, and Fire here, and then I'm going to have them focus on the big guy as well. Bit of an awkward positioning there. Not end of the world. Hey guys, editing Windwalker POV here. I thought I'd chime in here, as for some reason, our live performer decided to stop yapping at this part of the run. Probably focusing on mechanics or something stupid like that. He does know mechanics of cars, right? Anyway, it's worth mentioning that all of these dungeons are run with pugs to get an authentic representation of damage, and totally not because I don't have friends. It's worth mentioning this because if you were to go for a challenge like this with a pre-made, you could cheese insane damage numbers through funneled pools and waiting for lust, yada yada yada, but I don't think that really represents what maximum damage could be in a real run environment. Anyway, I think our guy's going to start chatting again, so let's hand it back to him. Editing POV, out. So unfortunately, I didn't get all my cooldowns off there, but one phasing that is really good for overall damage. You can see we're sat at 2.49, which is pretty good for Windwalker. Meanwhile, the Shaman sat at 3 million, so a little bit of a difference there. We aren't going to use anything here because it's a 2-pack, and because we're optimizing damage, we just want to be making sure that we get as many cooldowns as possible on these packs of 4 that we have throughout this maze. We have an Expel on ourselves, so another touch of Karma there. Didn't do any damage. Okay. Note to self, you don't have to touch a Karma and Expel. I'm pretty sure it does do damage, though. Maybe not so much in a 10, but I have seen, like, mages and stuff get absolutely battered by that spell. As well as this, with 10s, you have the affix. So I thought affix was something that could play a part in... Oh, no. Hilo got one shot by something? That's not the end of the world. But yeah, I want to try and have at least one Storm, Earth, and Fire up for every single set of ads here. I'll probably miss out on one. It depends where the big guy is in the maze. But overall, I think that we should get pretty good uptime and a lot of damage in this maze. So what we're going to do for the next pack as well is we're going to pop everything. Storm, Earth, and Fire. Zwan. And we should have a touch of death buff on top of that. So actually, we are going to be pumping this one.
Collect or stand in circle.
Collect our orb. Get set up. And now go absolutely balls to the walls on this pack. I say balls to the walls, and then I look at the warrior's damage, and I'm like, huh. That guy's doing a little bit more damage than I am. Not as much as I expected to do on this pack, but it's not too bad. I think Windwalkers are really good at consistent damage. I do say that quite a lot of the time, that our burst is not too bad, but overall we have, like, good consistent damage across a key. If that makes sense. Like, we're not the best at single target, we're not the best at AoE, but throughout an entire, you know, Mythic Plus run, you will do nice consistent damage in every pack. It's not like we really drop off. And I like that about Windwalker. To really maximize this, we are going to multi-target here, just to get some stacks on our spinning crane kick for when that gets a proc. No procs though, a little bit sad. But predominantly you want to be Fist of Furying. Fist of Fury is by far our biggest DPS. Spinning crane kick you'd think would be our biggest DPS like overall in a key. But it really, really is Fist of Fury. If you look at the damage breakdown at the end of this, or at the end of any of my videos, Fist of Fury is always at the top. So if Fist of Fury is up, you press that button. Even if you have a spinning crane kick up, it is more worthwhile to press Fist of Fury and get into that good habit of doing that. And then Rising Sun kick whilst Fist of Fury is on cooldown to hopefully get that cooldown chunked down even further. You can see that was on like 13 seconds there and it instantly dropped to 6. So that's how you want to play it in AoE. In single target, it's a little bit different. Rising Sun Kick has a higher priority, so you press that before Fist of Fury, but it's pretty much the exact opposite in AoE, because you want to be Fist of Furying as much as humanly possible. So we are going to have Zuin up for the next one. Zuin, Swan, I keep getting that wrong. Oh, what am I like? I love it when people know how to do this maze. I mean, all you need is an add-on weak aura, but I just am too lazy to get it. For one dungeon.
Collect or stand in circle.
Collect or stand in circle. This one should be good damage. We're starting off with a 10 stack Fist of Fury. I'm going to pop a defensive here just to keep myself safe. I am going to CC there because we would have all been rooted, and that can be an absolute nightmare. And then Karma here as well. I'm basically using Karma in this dungeon for damage rather than as a defensive. And you can see this is a better pull than that one earlier where I'm able to get about 5 million here. God damn, that feels good. Alright. So there was only one pack that we didn't manage to get Storm, Earth, and Fire on. Not the end of the world. I don't really class the big one because you're saving it. So here I am going to save Storm, Earth, and Fire for the ad. Just to get a little bit more damage out. Get that down fast is basically the goal of it. And it's still, and the cooldown's still running, so it's not the end of the world right now. Hopefully we don't get freeze tag fixationed, but if we do, the best thing to do with that is to roll out of the group just before it comes through. So it's this one here. And we died. That's so embarrassing. Pretend I didn't die there. Jesus Christ, that is atrocious, actually. I can't believe we died there. Oh. So, a little bit messy there. I did lose one Storm, Earth, and Fire, so that is going to have a bit of a negative effect. And we are going to use our big cooldowns here on this boss, but we're going to wait for the next clone to come out. With the goal here, because we don't want to pop all our cooldowns just before the clone comes out and then find out, oh no my god, we're missing loads of damage. So the goal is to, in the final phase of this guessing game, in between this and the last guessing game, that's when we'll do it. It is this one, because it's not coloured in. Watch out for the orbs. Get
Jump
ready.
3 times.
Oh, we got 3 times. That's perfect. And we'll jump our last time in a second. And now we go absolutely ham on this guy. A little bit of a fixation over there. Pretend we don't see it. Not our problem. Even though it was our problem a couple of minutes ago. And now we just nuke. And what you can do on this boss, which I noticed in the MDI, is if you have enough damage, you can actually push the boss before the final guessing game. But to do that, you really want to be using your cooldowns about at like 13% or something. So you can see how low we got that. It is this uncolored one right here. Oh, freeze fixation coming in. I think it hit a couple people. No, it didn't. We got lucky there. But the reason I pop my cooldowns a little bit earlier is because I want them up for these big trash packs coming up. So we're not going to have them up for the initial one, but I think we might skip it with the Demon Hunter. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. But I want to try have as many cooldowns up for these massive pools that are coming up in a minute. So we're at 2 million at the moment. It's not amazing, but these ads here are going to push us up quite a bit. Bosses is where we tend to fall off. I mean, it's where everyone tends to fall off, even though we did like 1.16 million on that boss, which isn't too bad. It is relatively what's going to bring you down. So yeah, we are going to skip here. That's fine. And then I won't have Zwan up for the massive pull, which is a bit of a shame. But I am going to have Storm Earth and Fire up anyway. And we're going to use defensives here to keep ourselves alive. Because honestly, the packs here are probably the hardest hitting packs in the entire dungeon. They scare the bejeebers out of me. Never stand in these green swirlies if you value your life. Get out. Even though I want some Whirling Dragon Punch, it's not worth it. Man down. Oh my god. You can see how messy this gets. I know I have Zuin up, but the pack is near death, so I'm just going to wait for the next set, I think. It could have been worthwhile doing it, but I do think it is worth to hold it just now. Because I basically had 5 stacks of everything, I had a lot of damage output. I think I can get 1 off on the next set of big pull that we do. I think it plays out better doing it that way. I could be wrong, but I'd like to think that I'm right.
Jump 3 times.
Jump 3 times. Straight into a Fist of Fury after we use our Strike of the Windlord. And then we spin to win. Out. I'm being very greedy here. I should be vivifying myself, but at the end of the day, I am going for maximum damage. And that's a GCD I'm just not willing to spend. That greedy? I mean, I don't know why I'm asking if that's greedy. Of course that's greedy. I know that's greedy. Oh, that feels good. Pop defensive here. We love getting procs, and that's going to be so much damage on this last pack on this side. Pop diffuse magic here because we are stood in a bunch of rubbish. I don't know who's dropping that. If it's me, I apologize, everybody. You gotta understand. Moving out for mechanics is a damage loss. I don't know if we do the boss next. We might just do the boss next because we have Bloodlust. I imagine we probably will do the boss next. Yeah, it's fine. I don't quite have my CDs up, but it's not the end of the world. Maybe whatever. I won't pop everything on pull here. I'll just pop it in a sec. And then hopefully what I might do is save a Storm, Earth and Fire for the final trash packs. Because realistically, if I want to get as much damage as possible, that's when I'm going to want to be using it. I want to make sure we're trying to hit as many of these ads as possible. So Fist of Fury towards them is the best thing to do to get that out of the way. And, oh my lord, I don't know what I was hit by then. Hello? Is it Mind Link? Am I a bad monk? I am a little bit of a bad boy.
Jump 3 times.
Okay, we got to jump 3 times. So we're going to actually hold this for when the ads come in, or as much as possible. Ads are coming in, so now we pop everything. Just try to get as much damage on this boss as possible. Well, on this boss, I mean in this boss fight. Oh, nice. And then we are going to greed this. The pool's coming in, and then we jump out. And then I'm not going to use Storm, Earth, and Fire again here. I'm going to be saving all my cooldowns for the ad packs at the end. I'm going to Karma this, because last time it hurt. I don't really know why it hurt. It wasn't stood in any mechanics that I know of. But, man, was it spicy. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is my least favourite boss in this dungeon. I'm sure it's a lot of people's least favourite bosses in this dungeon. We'll kill the Gorm there to get some extra damage. And then Fists of Fury, everything down. Mind Link. Greed a little bit here again. Oh, oh my gosh. I don't know if you saw how close I was to death there. But that might have been a bad greed. I am going to overstack Storm, Earth, and Fire here. But I value having 2 of them up, these ad packs that are coming up, more than using them on the boss here. Because the boss is about to die. And it's predominantly single target. Cool. So, a couple more packs to go. First pack coming up. Gonna pop all the offensives and just go ham. This shouldn't get us full percent, which means I should be able to get 1 off before the end, which is perfect.
Collect or stand in circle.
This should get us full percent. So now I'm just gonna go ham and pop my big cooldowns first, even though there's one's on cooldown. It makes sense to... Oh my god, I didn't collect the orb. Didn't collect my orb. A little bit disappointing there. I was too busy focusing on making sure those ads died. But we should be getting a nice 17 million? No, there's another pack! Oh no. I don't have any cooldowns. What have I done? Alright, I'm going to have to play this old school Windwalker style. Hitting every ad so that we can get as much uptime as possible. I don't think we have everyone here as well. Okay, that's fine. We got the boys. And we got a potion. It might not be too bad. My damage is actually going up. I don't know why. 2.18? Okay, okay. Now we're playing. I don't have any defenses, and these guys are going to start hitting. Come on. 2.19? No way, there's still another trash pack. No way we haven't killed everything. Okay, 2.19. What have I got left in my... What have I got left? I'm going to have to pad, boys. I'm sorry. I know that in this situation I should be, I should be targeting one thing. But man, we're hitting numbers I didn't think Monk could. 2.25 million overall. Oh my god, that is crazy. And then a detox at the end just to save myself. Oh my lord. 2.26 million. I don't think Windwalker could do such damage. But yeah, that's what I mean. In my Dawnbreaker video, I did 1.97. You can see how much damage falls off because of the last boss. But Mist of Tirna Scithe is such a chill dungeon with loads of ad packs that you can do constantly, big pulls, that you can just get so much damage out of it. And yeah, that 2.26. Beating the Enhancement Shaman, who was roughly my same eye level as well. The Warrior wasn't, so I'll give him a pass. But yeah, you can just see how much damage a Windwalker Monk can actually do. Don't sleep on it. And if you're having thoughts about if you actually want to play Windwalker or not, do it. Man, they pump, and it feels amazing. Anyway, Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next maximum damage challenge.